Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is about marriage to a woman from the Philippines. Now, chemistry is something that you hear a lot of people talk about when it comes to looking for someone to marry. So I want to talk about chemistry today. It'll take a couple of videos. How important is chemistry when choosing a Filipina to marry? Please be prepared to leave a comment. I'm sure you have an opinion on this. And please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. Marrying a Filipina, like I did, that you've known for only 54 days and have seen in person for only a couple of weeks since you live nearly 10,000 miles apart, doesn't normally come recommended, but that's what I did back in May of 2015 when we got married, and we've been married ever since then. And we do have an age gap larger than normal, as many people are looking for. So with some obvious differences, how have we been able to keep it going? Could it be chemistry? I think chemistry is confusing, and I'm going to try to show you that. Can chemistry come and go? It would be important to know that. If it could come and go, how important is it really? So first of all, I'm going to just describe what chemistry is from Wikipedia. Frankly, there was a lot of articles about chemistry. I had difficulty getting a simple definition of it. We'll go with this one. While the actual definition of chemistry, its components and its manifestations are fairly vague, this is a well-documented concept. Some people describe chemistry in metaphorical terms, such as like cookie dough and vanilla ice cream, or like a performance. It can be described in the terms of mutual feelings, as in a connection, a bond, or common feelings between two people, or as a chemical process. It stimulates love or sexual attraction. Brain chemicals are definitely involved. While chemistry has been described as that romantic spark between two people, the term spark in the context of relationship is as vague as chemistry, and therefore not particularly useful in a definition. Chemistry has also been described as intangible, unspoken, and energetic. Chemistry is an unconscious decisions informed by a complex blend of criteria. Now, there's three main types of chemistry. I believe this still is coming from Wikipedia. Good chemistry, that's good rapport. No chemistry, find it hard to create rapport. Bad chemistry, have no rapport or have negative rapport. The various manifestations of chemistry are: there's sexual chemistry, romantic chemistry, emotional chemistry, activity chemistry, team performance chemistry, creative chemistry, intellectual chemistry, and empowerment chemistry. Dating coach Evan Mark Katz suggests that chemistry is one of the most misleading indicators of a future relationship. One of the most misleading indicators of a future relationship. Chemistry predicts nothing but chemistry, he says. This is because chemistry can make people blind to actual incompatibilities or warning signs. Now, don't you think that would be super important to know if you're going to look to date a woman from another country? Psychologist Lori Betito notes that arranged marriages actually do quite well in terms of relationship satisfaction, and this is because, quote, a spark can build based on what you have in common. You can grow into love, but you grow out of lust. I kind of agree with this. As I've said many times in my videos, I think the love comes later, and the commonality you can work on once you're married. Neil Clark Warren, that's a name you might be familiar with, argues that physical chemistry is important because, quote, couples who don't share strong chemistry may have additional problems during the ups and downs of a life together. Like Betito, he suggests not ruling someone out on the first date due to a lack of chemistry, but he adds, if by the second or third date you don't feel a strong inclination to kiss the other person, be near him, or hold his hand, you're probably never going to feel it. April Massini likewise says that chemistry is a strong predictor of relationship success. She suggests that chemistry comes and goes, and it's important to actively cultivate it. Cultivate it, because it can help couples deal with future conflicts. That's an interesting idea. Cultivating the chemistry. I get the impression a lot of people think that once it's there, it's always there. Now, continuing from this, I can't quite remember all the sources this may have come from at the time. It is possible, I guess this is the end of that stuff, and I'm going to go into my own thoughts here before I run out of time. Is it possible for me to have chemistry with my wife, more chemistry than she has with me? In other words, can the chemistry not be mutual or the same and be developed over time? I would agree that it is an unconscious decision, and I wonder if it is somehow a gateway or a precursor to love. That's love of action that shows love. Since no one forced me to marry my Filipina wife, there had to be something present to make me want to invest my life into her, versus someone else. I had 4, maybe 5 other women in a short time that I had done video cams with, and I liked them. But I went with my wife. She seemed like the one that was the most serious about a relationship, like wanting me to only focus on her. I was the one that proposed on day 18. She just wanted somebody that was serious, and she felt that by having multiple people that I was talking to, that she wouldn't get much out of it. And frankly, I agree. I think both of them are better off focusing on one person and seeing if it grows, whether you're looking at chemistry or other factors. And if it doesn't, then you can move on to someone else. But when you start talking to 4 or 5 people at once and continuing that, sure, it may massage your ego and it feels good, but you might not be making a whole lot of progress that way either. So I would agree with the comment that chemistry can be a misleading indicator of a future relationship and make people blind to actual incompatibilities or warning signs. Could it be, if there are so many manifestations of chemistry, that a man could have chemistry with a Filipina, but not in enough ways for them to be a good couple? If so, which ones are the most important? There's different manifestations of chemistry, as we saw. Most guys I've heard say this is important to them, but again, defining what that chemistry really is it supposed to be something you know when you see it? Can you feel chemistry with a woman, but she doesn't feel the same chemistry with you? If so, what's going on there? So as you can tell, I'm not ready to jump on the chemistry bandwagon. I don't know that my wife or I had much chemistry getting married that fast. Any chemistry we have now, after coming up on 10 years of marriage, would be, because of things we've done together, experiences, we've gone through together, trips we've taken, people we've met, things we've done. We've developed chemistry that way. So I don't think it's a must that you have this big chemistry box to check off. Certainly okay if somebody wants to do that. I just hope that they are able to define exactly what that chemistry means, and also keep in mind that the person they have chemistry in probably should have a decent amount of chemistry for them also. But what if it's chemistry in different ways? I don't know. It can get kind of confusing. Now, I'll say more about my views on chemistry, since I did marry someone from the Philippines back in 2015 in a soon upcoming video on Love Beyond the Sea.